Oh, good on you, mate. You're a bloody champion. Thanks for tuning into the podcast. We really appreciate it. Plenty to go through as well via this podcast. Let's start with some of the disgusting, bad, awful baby names that are starting to get a bit of a run, and they shouldn't.
Parents out there who go, I don't care if my kid gets bullied at school.
Yeah.
I'm just going to call them what I want because I can.
Yeah, and something ridiculous that doesn't even make sense. For example, over in England, a couple got the name Lucifer put through via the system. Yeah, good stuff, Lucifer. Good luck with life.
Yes, exactly.
Shine,
right.
young prince.
Yeah. You took umbrage to something I did with the Chup. Let's just put it that way. And so you launched an appeal.
Oh, I had to. I had to go straight to the top, to the community.
Yep.
We'll go through that particular title very, very soon, but it's located in Denver, Colorado, and they were not happy with your work.
Okay. All right.
And also, of course, on a somber note, but in saying that as well, we also celebrated all things Tina Turner. The unfortunate news was that she'd passed away, and you covered it extensively in Jodies Juice.
Sure did. Enjoy the podcast, you guys.
The biggest breaking story this town has ever seen. This is huge. This is so juicy. Jodies Juice.
Waking up to the very sad news this morning that Tina Turner has passed away, aged 83. Now, I'm just about to go through a bit of her history, and I guarantee you're going to go, oh my God, I forgot she did that.
Yeah.
So I didn't realise she'd been suffering from intestinal cancer since 2017, and she had a kidney transplant. But by 2017, she'd been free from her abusive marriage to guitarist Ike Turner for, several decades. She left him in 1976 on a tour stop in Dallas because they played together, they gigged together. So he pummeled her during a car ride. If anyone's seen the movie, then you would have seen this scene. And she struck back, according to the memoir. So after leaving her husband, she spent years struggling to regain the limelight, releasing solo singles, solo albums. They all flopped. And she was gigging at like corporate conferences and that sort of thing. So that was, I guess, her career rock bottom. But then everything turned. In 1980, she met a new manager, and his name was Roger Davies, an Australian music exec, and who went on to manage her for 3 decades. That led to a solo number one, What's Love Got to Do with It?
What a belter.
Then, remember this? In 1985, she played the ruthless leader of an outpost in a nuclear wasteland, acting opposite Mel Gibson in the 3rd installment of Mad Max franchise, Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome.
Of course she did. I think there's so many people now who are waking up to this news and listening to some of her music going, oh my gosh, I did not know that she sung that.
So then in 1988, she did a show in Rio de Janeiro. Guess how many people were there?
She's upwards of 50,000.
180,000 people went to this gig.
That's a solid gig.
That's ludicrous, isn't it? It's a touch more than you'd get at the Lion on a Sunday afternoon when you played your little solo gigs.
Yeah, I think when you said 180, I'm like, sometimes we get 180, and then you said 1,000. So, oh boy.
So that's one of the largest concert audiences ever in history for any single performer. That's unbelievable. In 1991, she released her version of this, the Nutbush.
Oh yeah, Nutbush. Was it so everyone knows this dance?
Yeah, do
was
you?
it just us, or did I feel like we were almost taught this at school?
Were you?
Yeah, it was part of like a PE.
All right. It's a pretty progressive school you went to.
So you're like, where did I go? NIDA? No.
In 1993, she played at one of your favourite performances of all time, the NRL Grand Final.
You're sampling the best.
So this just takes me so far back to my childhood. So
Yeah.
1991 as well. I still remember as well, beautiful sunny day. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did the Raiders win? Maybe the Canberra Raiders won.
Oh, maybe.
They were red hot in the 90s.
When they were actually a team.
Yeah, Brett Mullins, Mal Meninga.
Oh, Big Mal!
What do you say when they were actually a team? What do you mean?
Well, they're not in it anymore. are they?
Yes, they are.
Oh, are they?
Oh, yes, the Raiders are very much still
I
in
thought
it.
they were defunct. Anyway.
So I think a lot of people, and particularly from the eastern states, connected so beautifully with Tina Turner because of that song and her performance. She was amazing.
Yeah. So does that give you all the feels when you hear it?
Yeah, like straight away I get I can almost feel smells and all sorts of things. I could smell barbecue.
Really?
Yeah, because we would have had some people over. It's a big build-up because it's sort of halfway in the evening. But, yeah, it's really, really cool. And she was so perfectly ironic. I don't think they realised at the time just how much they'd nailed it.
Yes.
By getting her on board.
Yeah, and then the AFL went, oh, hold my beer.
Here's Meatloaf. Didn't quite hit the same, did he?
Can you do me a favour? So in 2009, just to wrap this all up, she did a world tour and retired to Switzerland, of all places, which is where she's passed away.
There you go.
But can you please take us out on a bit of Nutbush?
Sure.
And I want to see if you can remember it from your PE days at NIDA.
It's pretty basic, isn't it? Yeah, but if you're as uncoordinated as me, you can still manage to stuff this up.
Trying to look under the desk to see what your legs were doing, and
They're doing awful things.
Sure enough, it was like a baby giraffe.
They're not in sync at all. Selecting a name for your newborn can be very, very challenging and a really long and drawn-out process.
Yes, we heard from Ben, Liam and Belle earlier this morning because Ben is about to become a father and he's trying to come up with a name. Let's do him a favour and put a line through a few.
Okay. Off the back of when we spoke about a young baby who parents decided that it was the right idea for this young girl to get a tan.
Yeah,
her name was Suede.
Yeah, so this mum decided in her infinite wisdom that her 12-month-old needed to have tan skin. So spray tan the kid. Oh, my God, what is next? Eyebrow wax?
Oh, really?
Pedicure, manicure?
Sharpen up the brows.
Yeah.
Looking really nice.
Have you had an eyebrow wax?
No, I haven't. Oh, I've had, what's it called with the thing?
Threading.
Threading. I've had a thread before.
Isn't that the most painful thing in the world?
Really painful.
It's horrible.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my God. Every time I go to get my eyebrows done, I'm like, never get threading again because you cry.
Yeah.
It's awful.
Yeah, I didn't know it was so brutal. I'll just take a monobrow from now on. Fine. And the other thing as well, it's happening in the UK. It's just been pushed through. A couple have been fighting the system to name their son Lucifer. And they've won.
No.
Different countries, it's illegal. But they've pushed through and they've got it. Little Lucifer. Oh, he's not bound for trouble at all.
No. Have you seen that show? He's a bad dude.
Lucifer?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got some issues.
He's got some real problems.
Some real solid issues.
I think he finds love in the end, though. So all's well that ends well.
13, 24, 10. The bad names that you've seen. Look, if you're a teacher as well, and you don't want to rat out your students, but you've probably seen some.
Yes.
Yeah.
My obstetrician said he definitely delivered a baby that they called Absidy, as in A-B-C-D-E.
Wow. Absidy.
Absidy. Little Absidy-oddy.
Little Absidy-oddy. That actually doesn't sound too bad.
It's not too bad.
Kind of works, doesn't it? There are some illegal names which you can't use.
What
For
do you mean?
example, King. You can't use King, Queen, Jesus Christ, Santa Claus, or Majesty. Oh, look, it's little Santa Claus. How cute.
Oh, dear. I name you Jesus Christ most days.
Yeah,
When
thank
you
you
do
very
stuff
much.
and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Because every morning you're like, what's going to happen? And then he rises from the dead. That's what you're talking about?
Yeah, something like that.
Something along those lines. What about this as well? Are there any Darrens out there?
Darren?
I don't know any Darrens.
I know Darrens.
Yeah, there's Darrens, but not too many Darrens.
There's a Darren on, what's that show? Animal Kingdom. There's a Darren.
Is there?
Yep.
Okay.
One of the brothers.
You sure?
Oh, anyone want to back me
yeah,
up?
I think there is
I
a
mean,
Darren, yeah.
anyone in this team want to back me up? Normally, Abby, you would be across this
Yeah,
stuff.
I nodded my head.
Yeah.
Did you know that the name Nigel is no longer?
Really?
Yeah, over in Ireland or somewhere they had a big party because there's been no Nigels named in the UK or wherever it was for X amount of years, so it's died out.
Wow.
Yeah, right. Because
There's a similar story with Gary as well, I reckon, over in the UK.
Yeah.
Because you go to Nigel and you immediately think, what? No friends.
Yeah, Nigel, no friends.
Yeah.
It's not fair. It's not fair if you know Nigel and you're the victim of circumstance.
Exactly right.
Because it might have been cool and then, 20 years later it becomes like a genuine taunt?
Yeah.
That's not fair, is it? What about over in the States? Dewana Bona.
What?
Dewana Bona plays for the Connecticut Suns in the WNBA. I Google her, Dewana Bona.
That is
More like Dewana new name. Am I right? And also, Destiny Hooker is an American volleyballer.
Yes.
These are genuine people, I promise.
Yeah. No, I have heard of Destiny Hooker.
She's pretty good.
And what?
At being a volleyballer. 13, 24, 10. Some of these ordinary names. Let's go to Jane in Clapham. Good morning, Jane. First and foremost, Jane is a beautiful name.
Thank you. I hated it for so many years, but I've embraced it now.
Oh,
beautiful.
good girl.
When I was in a mum's group years and years and years ago, there was a girl who had named her child the letter N with a dash, and then the letter A, and to be pronounced Nadasha.
Oh, my God.
Natasha. That's nice. That's really good stuff.
Poor kids.
Picked on? No, any reports of...
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know, because I moved away not long after, but poor kid.
yeah, that's tough.
Natasha. What's the motivation behind this? Like, because obviously your kid's going to go to school at some point and all the other kids are going to go, Natasha.
Oh, Natasha. Oh, here it goes. Here comes Natasha. We don't endorse that behaviour at all.
Yeah. And next minute, like, Natasha's lunch has gone missing for the 4th day in a row because all the other kids are like, she doesn't deserve to eat because her name's Natasha.
Oh,
you know?
Jeez, it's not fair. Natasha, just right behind from the start. 13, 24, 10, some of those ordinary names. Ordinary names, let's call them interesting names coming through. For example, Duwana Boner, who plays for the Connecticut Suns. Are there any Duanas out there?
Wasn't there a Misty Hyman, do you reckon?
What?
There was a Misty Hyman.
What are
She
you?
was a sportswoman, I swear
What are
to
you
God.
talking about?
Okay, no one.
What's
no one
going on
in this
here?
team wants to throw...
I'm so sorry, everybody. You've just taken it to a
It's an actual thing.
Thank you. Thank you. She's an American swimmer.
Yeah.
Misty Hyman.
Abs, we're trying to gang up on Jodie. What are you doing?
I don't like when you gang up on her, so I go in to protect her.
Thank you, darling.
Protect the Queen at all costs.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. 13, 24, 10, some of these really interesting names. We'll take your calls next. Talking about some of these really ordinary names. This is off the back of an article we were talking about a few days ago where the youngster's name was Suede. There's a kid in Britain who's just got the all clear to be called Lucifer.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you've got Duwana Boner.
Yeah.
He's a very good player for the Connecticut Suns.
Can I throw a few more
professional
sports people in them?
Sure. What do you got?
We've got German footballer Ralph Minge.
Yeah.
Mingy.
Yeah, he's like, if only there was an H instead of the M. Hinge is very acceptable. Minge, not so much.
No, he's just playing on the wing.
Imagine if
Everyone's
the-
yelling out, Mingy!
Yeah.
Mingy!
Imagine if the Hinges were Minges. Oh, Mitch Minge. Lining up for the Crows.
Like Crows defender. Mitch Minge.
Real breakout year for Mitch Minge.
Oh, dear. Good morning to you, Mitch. I'm sure you've got a headache at the moment after that nasty concussion. One more. Can I do one more?
Yeah.
Former Russian footballer, Andrei Arshavin.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's very important to be neat, isn't
Yeah,
it?
exactly. The Russians as well. We can't trust them in a naming space. 13, 24, 10. Let's go to Winnie in Walkerville. Good morning, Winnie.
Good morning, how are you doing?
Yeah, going very well, thanks. Have you got an outrageous name for us? Because they're out there.
So I came to Australia probably 20 years ago, and as an international student, you have like a class full of different nationalities. This girl from China, and her name is actually beautiful in Chinese meaning. It's called Xu Ting, which means like elegant lady. So how they spelled as S-H-I
Yeah.
T-I-N-G. And she's a teacher. And she's a teacher like months and months without actually calling her first name.
Right.
Yeah.
How do you pronounce it again, Winnie?
Yeah, that's great.
Shooting.
Shooting.
But I'm guessing it was probably, it's pronounced as it was probably spelled to people, what, shitting?
Yeah.
Thanks, Andrew. Thanks, Andrew. You can always trust Andrew Winnie to mansplain things for everyone.
Thank you so much, Winnie.
Winnie, let's go to Karen from Modbury Heights. You've got a few names.
I have, yes, indeed. From the UK, so a bit, some of them are a bit strange. So do you want me to just start and go ahead?
Oh,
Go
just,
on then,
just
Karen.
plough into it.
Okay, so trees are green.
That's good. Yep.
Okay, Hazelnut, who was a school teacher's wife, so Hazelnut.
Yep. That's good. That works.
That's good. Yep.
Tony Chin,
Tony Chin.
Tony Chin.
so Tony Chin.
Tony Chin.
Tony Chin.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
good.
Tony Chin.
Yeah.
Took us a
And
bit.
then the last one, the last one is really, really quite strange. Poor child, I wouldn't have liked him growing up. His name was Conrad Bunyan.
Oh, we've all got one of those, am I right?
Yeah. Jeez, I do things a little bit different over in Britain,
Me
Jessica.
too. Thank you, Karen. We're going to put you on the standby list for 10K a day. Jessica from Salisbury East, can we take her, Hayesy?
Absolutely, we can.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, Jess.
Good morning.
You got some? You got a name for us?
Yes, I do, and I'm glad my sister doesn't live down here.
Uh-oh.
She called her boy Colt.
Colt.
Ooh.
Yep, C-O-L-T, and yeah, the poor thing, like he's not at school yet, but yeah, he's a couple of years old, so I was like, oh, that poor kid.
So I'm curious, Jess, your reaction when your sister called you and she's like, I've had the baby, and you were like, oh, that's amazing. What did you call him? And she's like, Colt, and you went, what?
I'm one of those sisters that just says, oh, okay, and then like I'll go back to my partner and be like, what the?
You just nod along. Good, baby Colt. Gorgeous.
And then go and royally bitch about your sister behind her back. Love that.
The good Australian way.
If it's time for a winter trip, jump on What If, the place to go for quick Aussie getaways.
For me, it's just getting in the car and just going for a cruise and exploring.
For accommodation, flights and more, book on the What If app.
What If? It's Aussie for travel.
Yep. This is a bloke who is so generous at an open bar.
Yes. Yeah. Quite often I'll go to you, why did you go to that event? And you'll be like, oh, I didn't really want to go, but it was an open bar, so off I
You're
went.
talking exclusively to a going away party, Channel 7, a couple of Fridays ago.
Yes.
It's like, I didn't want to go, but free gin and tonics. Oh!
Oh,
You gotta have a crack sometimes.
Andrew's here.
Oh, have it on Hayesy. Let's just have a good solid night together.
Yep.
And let's just go to all these big events and just catch up and have a bit of fun, because why not?
And it's going to be no bigger than next Wednesday night at the Adelaide Oval with the first game of the State of Origin. Blues versus Maroons.
Oh, look at you go.
Yeah.
You're looking forward to it, aren't you?
I actually am.
The ultimate sporting rivalry, the Ampol State of Origin, Adelaide Oval. Tickets start at $49 from nrl.com/tickets, or you can play Suburb of Origin with us. This is the drill. We're going to name two suburbs. First person to call up from either one of those suburbs on 13 24 10 gets the tickets. You ready to go? You ready to go?
Yeah, I am. You want to say what's on the line here? This is like a pre-game function with us.
Oh, it's everything.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun
Yeah.
for a Wednesday night too.
And then you get to go along to the game
Yeah.
and watch these big brutes just go run, 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 bang.
Bang.
Get up again, run, run,
Do
run,
it again.
run, bang.
Oh, which way do I run? Oh, no, go that way. Oh, I'm dizzy. Keep going.
Oh, hey, you crossed the line, put the ball down.
Yeah.
That sort of vibe.
Yeah. The forwards are really brutally injured. Oh, just give it to Jimmy Tedesco. He'll score in the corner, doesn't get touched, and he'll make all the money. Good stuff.
Good stuff, Jimmy.
Nice, that's how it
We
works.
love you, Jimmy.
All right, here we go. Tea Tree Gully versus Blackwood. So if you're from either of those suburbs, first call through 13 24 10. We'll hook you up with a little double. Pre-event, State of Origin. We're going to have a hell of a Wednesday night. We won't get rugby league drunk, but we'll have a bit of a crack.
Yeah.
Okay? In saying that, definitely take work off on Thursday.
Yeah. Tea Tree Gully versus Blackwood. First caller through gets ticks.
Have it on Hayesy. Let's go to the big events. Let's go to the Ampol State of Origin Game 1 next Wednesday night, New South Wales. Go the Blues.
Oh, go the Maroons.
Up against Queensland.
What about when the big chant goes around the stadium? Queenslander.
Queenslander. And then back in the day, they'd start fighting each other.
Yeah. Each other.
Not anymore, boys.
No.
No, they'd go, they'd fight the opposition, right?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
The Maroons just cut sick and start belting each other.
Why is Wally Lewis punching his teammate?
Yeah, and the Blues boys are like, what's going on here? Go for it, boys. We're going to play Suburb of Origin. That is two suburbs, pretty much in direct competition with each other, and by that, a fair way apart. Mm-hmm. So today it's Tea Tree Gully v Blackwood.
Yep.
13 24 10. First through from either of those suburbs is Tim. Good morning to you, Tim.
How you going, mate?
Yeah, going so well, mate. Where are you from?
Tea Tree Gully.
Oh!
Okay, yep, that checks out.
There we go.
Quick little question for authenticity. Name some iconic land points in Tea Tree Gully.
Westfield, Tea Tree Plaza,
Yes.
Murray
Yep.
Hospital.
Yep.
Oh.
What's that water park,
Hamilton.
Tim?
Waterwell.
Yeah,
there
there
we
it
go.
is through there.
Well done.
Yeah. There we
Hey,
go.
Tim, you got work off next Thursday?
Oh, I can do.
You might have
For a
to.
family business, so I'll just have to have a chat with my dad.
Yeah, okay, that's good. Very good. I will see you there, mate. Thanks for entering.
Thank you.
Good on you, Tim.
Very good stuff. We'll do that all again tomorrow. There's a suburb of origin. Mm-hmm. Why not? Let's just catch up. Let's have a good time.
Yeah, we've got a double to give away right up until next Wednesday.
Yeah, very good stuff. All right, let's do this. Now, the big news this morning, of course, is the passing of Tina Turner, absolute legend, like a musical masterpiece she is, to sum her up.
Queen.
The Queen.
The Queen of rock and roll. And a real pioneer, we were saying earlier this morning, pioneer for women too. She went through a bit with her marriage and came out the other side and just absolutely, as producer Zoe would say, slayed.
Yeah, slayed indeed, didn't she? The definition of slayed.
Yeah, she is.
Good on her. 13 24 10, and please text through as well, 0400 919 919. Some of those Sonics, some of those, we're talking Sonic the Hedgehog here. Some of those songs that really take you back.
Yeah.
And you don't even realise it?
Everyone in their cars at home to think about those songs that can actually, like, sort of almost physically take you back to your childhood. Yeah, definitely emotionally.
Genuine feelings, maybe. It just sort of brings back random sense of smells as well. Have you got one?
0400 919 919, get involved. I definitely do. And I don't know why this resonates. I have a visual of me sitting in the back of the car. My dad was a VFL umpire, and so we'd been to watch him umpire. Why are you laughing?
I'm not laughing at all.
This is a really emotional moment.
I know it's a really emotional moment. I just, go on. I haven't said anything you want me to fire up.
No, because the moment I said my dad was a VFL umpire, there was a look that flashed across your face.
Like what?
As a sample player, and I think it was distaste.
I promise it wasn't. It was more so admiration. Because he's probably heard some stuff.
Yeah,
that look on his face is there all the time, Jodie. I don't know why you're surprised.
Anyway, it was a really nice moment. I just remember we'd been to see Dad umpire, and then I was sitting in the back of the car driving back to Werribee, and this came on the radio, and I just remember feeling really happy. Go.
Okay. I really need you more than ever.
I was nervous then, because you have a way of slipping in a little word beginning with F to every chorus of every song.
Sort of switch back to some Dan Band vibes there. Oh, that's quite iconic, isn't it? And I can imagine your dad as well being like, just rise past it, all the abuse over the fence. Just move past it. Yeah. You can do this.
Yeah. Dad was rocking in the front seat of all the names he's just been called from over the boundary.
I'm not a maggot. But seriously, when we did play this before, like I went straight back to my childhood.
Yeah.
93, the NRL Grand Final as well, watching her, and even as a kid being like, she's incredible.
She's amazing.
And this is like, 100 k's north of Wagga Wagga on the farm.
Yeah.
I can smell the barbecue. It's a beautiful day.
Yeah.
Brisbane Broncos about to get it done against St George. I got my dates mixed up before, but now I'm back on track. It was just a really, really nice moment. And you look back and go, I was exhausted because we're pretending to be, I don't know, probably Steve Renoff or Alfie Langer in the backyard.
Just running through the back paddock.
Through the back paddock.
Goose stepping.
Yeah. Yeah, look at that go. Oh, try. And now he's going to drink too much and he's going to get in trouble with the law. No, that's not us. That's other NRL players. 13 24 10 or text line 0400 919 919. Some of those songs, those bangers that really take you back.
Yeah. And if you get through, we'll do our very, very best to play a little snippet of the song so we can take you back to your childhood this morning.
And if you don't mind, in the next 5 minutes, let's go back and let's play a bit of Tina Turner.
Go on then.
Simply the best. And this is when you know that you've really, really made it. Mm-hmm. When they take your song and someone new will redo it just ever so slightly.
Yep.
Basically to cash in because your song transcends through time.
The original was so good.
Okay, let's play that soon. You wake up to the news that Tina Turner has passed away, but she leaves just an unbelievable collection of bangers.
And you were saying that Simply the Best, when she sang it at the NRL Grand Final, it was like the anthem for your childhood.
Oh, just good times, really good times. Dad's probably manning the barbecue. We're just getting ready for the NRL Grand Final. Brisbane going on this big charge in the early 90s.
Yeah.
Tina's doing these things, and we're all crowded around the TV going, wow.
Yeah.
How good.
And you're running through the paddocks on the farm, just commentating in your head.
Yeah.
Hayes.
Oh, Alfie Langer.
Oh, steps to the left, steps to the right.
Steps to the right. Oh, crunching tackle. Oh, he's concussed. He's going to plough through it, though.
Yeah.
All that kind of thing.
He's a soldier, Andrew.
Yeah. 13 24 10, we're asking for those bangers back in the day that just took you to a different place. Maybe it's a happy place. Maybe it's a place of concern like this one. It's okay, Dad. Don't listen to him, Dad.
Shut up.
Said a young Jodie to her old man.
You need to context that. We're on our way home. Dad was an AFL umpire, or in the VFL at the time, and we were driving back home, and that song came on, and I felt a bit sad. And maybe it's because Dad was in the fetal from all the abuse he just copped over the boundary. Maybe not.
You've just got to laugh.
Yeah.
Basically, to stop yourself from crying.
Or if you listen to that, you will cry.
Yeah, absolutely you will. A lot of good text coming through on 0400 919 919. This one from Chris and Lockleys. He said, Love Shack, always a wedding banger. Yeah. This brings back some nice childhood memories as well. For whatever reason, every time we go out on the, we go to these cordial parties.
Cordial parties?
Yeah, like the Cuda Cordial and all these little parties. It was basically a collection of all these young kids that would go there, but somehow, I'm probably getting myself in trouble here, you'd find some sort of liquor somewhere. Anyway.
Some sort of cordial.
Yeah,
like,
some sort of flavoured cordial.
Are we talking lime? What are we talking?
I think so, lime fused with lemon.
Mm-hmm.
Really delicious. And that used to be the theme song.
Oh, Love Shack.
Yeah, quite strange.
Okay. Do you want to take a call?
Let's go to, who have we got here?
Aldine.
Aldine, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Yeah, going very well, thanks. Take us back to your childhood or a special time via a song.
Well, it was a song I saw on the TV when they used to have like video clips back in the day on Saturday mornings, and it was a song called "Bridge Over Troubled Water."
Oh, very nice.
Can you remember who sung it?
And sorry,
can you remember who sung it?
No, I can't. But Simon and Garfunkel.
Oh, a bit of Simon and Garfunkel gets you every single time, of course.
Yeah, it was a real heart, string puller. Like, I was only about probably 7 or 8, and I used to watch this song, and it used to make me cry because I remember seeing a man that's standing on a bridge, and he sort of looks over the bridge, and I could just feel his loneliness, and it just used to make me cry.
Oh, my God, Aldine. Jeepers.
You're creating some emotion here in the studio, Aldine. Well done. Unbelievable.
I just felt like it just, as soon as you guys like wanted people to call in about songs that took you back to the past, I just thought, I have to ring.
Yeah.
And I got through, and I can't believe I did.
Well, I mean, it's been a real roller coaster, this phone call, hasn't it? It's been the real lows of Aldine feeling depressed for a man who's lonely, and now I'm excited because I got onto Jodie and Hayesy.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you so much, Aldine. John, good morning to you, mate.
Yeah, hi.
How are you, mate? What song took you back to a little prime spot in your youth?
Well, the best song that I wanted back then, or loved back then, was Kiss, I Was Made for Loving You.
Oh, yeah. There it is.
Where does that take you to, John?
Oh, it takes me back in the days when I started dating girls, and, it was one of these things I felt, I'm the man, you're the woman, let's go. Let's get it on,
I get that. I totally connect with that.
It's an icon of a song. I mean, come on. I mean, they say that it was a bad song. It was the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, and who better to guide you in a situation like that than Gene Simmons?
Yes.
And today, hopefully, it still continues on.
Yeah. John,
absolutely.
Why not?
Yeah.
Father of 3 sons and married 30 years. What more can you ask for?
Well, is it still... Well,
so you worked it out?
Begs the question, John. Is it still continuing?
It still is very strong.
Yes.
Very good. Very good. Just imagine John doing what needs to be done as a youngster. There you go.
Johnny doing some real work.
That's some solid dating advice there. I should just say, you're a man, I'm a woman. Let's do this.
Let's do this. We're both in the same spot here.
Yeah.
Hey, Abs, is there any song for you that takes you back?
I have heaps, but one that does come to mind, I just remember like a summer's day, all the doors in the house open.
Yes.
And Mum used to be an Elvis fan.
Yeah.
So she had Elvis and all like his big thing on with Burning Love, and we did a dance to it when we were younger as well.
Yeah.
So there's that one, and then My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion, because I got for my birthday the video of Titanic, and I think I watched that like 17 times.
Yeah,
It's really ridiculous.
let's take a trip. Some serious pipes on Celine.
I don't care what anyone says. There was enough room on the door for Jack.
There was enough
No,
room.
there wasn't. She didn't want to get her toes wet.
Yeah. So how old were you when this was all going down?
I reckon I got the Titanic video when I was maybe like 7 or 8 or something.
Okay. Does it make you feel a bit sad that a couple of decades later you're still looking for love?
Yeah. I cry about it every night, Jokes.
Hey, keep this conversation going. Text us through 0400 919 919. Just some of those bangers that take you back to perhaps a bit of a tricky spot, like yourself, Abs.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me you built a time machine?
Hazy's on Miss Daisy.
Oh, good morning to you. Two of the most overused quotes from movies. Probably Borat, very nice. Remember that? Everyone thought they were funny doing that.
Yeah.
But also, let's go before that to Austin Powers. Everyone was like, ooh, behave. In
Yeah.
that stupid accent.
Oh, do I make you horny, baby?
That's the one. It's
Yeah.
like, shut up, Jodie. Do you know what I mean?
No, I was actually asking you that question.
Oh, gosh. Well, not now. 1963, on this day, 25th of May, the great Mike Myers was born. That was the point of that little exercise there.
Let me ask you a question. Do I make you horny, baby? Do I? Do I make you randy? Yeah.
He hasn't done anything for a while, Mike, has he?
Oh, jeez, I think he's achieved some things, though.
No, I know, but he's just sort of resting on his laurels a little bit, isn't it?
And why not? I would.
Yeah.
I absolutely would.
I'd stay at home and just roll on my bed of cash.
Yeah. I was going to say Ferris Bueller, but he wasn't in that, was he?
What?
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 Can you hear me? Hello? Is this on? 1977 Star Wars, directed by George Lucas, premiered in America. The title now is Star Wars Episode 1V, A New Hope.
1V?
4. That's 4. Come on, we're smarter than that. 2017 Wonder Woman, directed by Patty Jenkins, starred is it Godot or Godot?
Godot.
Godot. She's a very, very good actress.
Yeah.
And Chris Pine premieres in Los Angeles, first superhero film directed by a woman.
Fun fact, I interviewed her once.
Of course you did.
I only say it to make your eyes roll.
Did you actually?
Yeah.
What's she like?
She's lovely.
That's really nice.
And stunning.
Yeah, she's very stunning.
Yeah.
You knew that. But nice to know that her personality matches what we're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God,
How
I
can I say this without sounding like a sleazebag? I probably can't. She's perfect. Good on her. 2011, Oprah Winfrey airs her last show, ending her 25-year run on the Oprah Winfrey Show.
From you, whose names I will never know, I learned what love is. You and this show have been the great love of my life.
If you ask her, the absolute low light was when that bloody Tom Cruise jumped on her couch.
Oh, yeah. Because he was so in love with Katie Holmes. Next minute, they've divorced.
Next minute, Scientology.
Good morning to all the lovely Scientologists out there. I hope you're listening.
Yes. Yeah. No, I'm not going to say good morning to you, psychos. Are there Scientologists out there?
Yes,
In Adelaide?
there's one like 2 streets over.
Sounds like you might be a Scientologist.
Okay.
Number one song on May 25 in 2001 was Lady Marmalade by Pink and Christina Aguilera. A lot of reports that Pink and Christina, I think I'm right in saying this, did not quite get along during the setup of this video clip.
Yeah. Okay.
Did you hear that? You guys hear that?
Yeah. Nah.
No. Right. Good song though, enjoy. It's time now, I think, just to get a little bit of justice.
We represent the lollipop guild, the lollipop guild, the lollipop guild.
Truly haunting.
Yes.
It's absolutely mind-baking.
Yes. Unbelievable stuff.
Yeah.
Tiffany Warren, who presents the weather at Channel 10, does a remarkable impression of that song.
Yeah, like eerily similar.
Very similar.
Like she might be one of those crazy little babies.
Yeah, crazy little munchkins.
The reason we play that is because yesterday, absolute state of anarchy the studio was in when we had this little competition with the Chuppa Chups opening thing, and you completely defrauded it. Have a listen. Welcome to the studio, camera guy Josh.
Hello, guys.
Go on, Josh. What did you tell me?
There might have been a little bit of help from me for Jodie. We just decided to make a small incision in the wrapper of her Chuppa Chup to assist, you know?
Okay.
Come on.
All right, you with your sound effects over there. Do you have the sound effect of a dog rolling over and just going, I'm going to throw my colleague under the bus?
What have you got to say for yourself?
Oh, I mean, come on. It's all in the spirit of competition.
It's not in the spirit of competition. You blatantly cheated.
It's just, that's what we do around here. It's shits and giggles, you know?
It's
you
not.
know, mate?
It's not that and giggles. It's not beer and skittles. It's none of those things. It's downright fraudulence.
Look,
You should be ashamed of yourself.
I know I cheated, but it felt good at the time.
Oh, I bet it did.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I couldn't quite sit on it for the rest of the night. Had to take action.
Did you?
Because little victories, no matter how big, no matter how small, I add them all up and I need this back.
Okay.
Okay, so I penned
What
a
have you
letter.
done?
Yes, I've reached out.
To who?
I've reached out to the committee.
What committee?
That's right, the International Committee that accepts concerns and complaints for people who feel wrongly cheated against Chuppa Chups related incidents. Yeah. The ICTACACFPWFWCACCRI.
I didn't know that they existed.
They do, located in Denver, Colorado.
Are they?
Established in 1927 by Ernest Chuppanowski, a.k.a. Papa Chuppa. It's quite a group. They're not happy.
Are they?
First of all, I'll take you through the letter that I sent to them.
All right.
Dear committee, are you well? How about them Denver Nuggets? Wowee. In Jokic we trust, am I right? But seriously, it saddens me to bring such a negative incident to your attention, but unfortunately my hand has been forced. Recently, I was a victim of fraudulent behaviour that involved 2 wholesome and flavoursome Chuppa Chup lollipops. During a recent contest to open such lollipop, a colleague had the audacity to slice through the steel-like packaging and gracefully slide the cover off in 8 seconds, winning a small but meaningful contest. I believe everything and everyone involved died ever so slightly from such behaviour, and it would be appreciated if a suggestion was received for a way to move forward. Yours faithfully, truly and humbly, Andrew. P.S. Go get them, boys. Nuggets in 5. Nuggets in 5 indeed.
Okay.
Would you believe?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nuggets.
Yeah, exactly right. And would you believe they responded almost immediately?
Oh, what?
In honour of the great Papa Chuppa. They run a really, really tight ship.
Right.
And if you don't mind, Zoe, can you just read out the response letter? Here we go.
Dear Andrew, thanks for getting in touch. In saying that, how did you get our details? Anyway, it sounds like you're a real lollipop enthusiast. Good for you, champ. In short, we believe the only reasonable solution to this problem is to take part in a fair and honourable rematch. Hope this helps. Also, we did some research on you. You're clearly just another one of those little Laker fanboys who jumped on board since LeBron joined. The Nuggets are a real basketball franchise, and you're a pissy little bandwagoner who'd probably go for Magic if LeBron switched over. F off, Nuggets in 5.
Well, it's aggressive way for the boys to finish, but I'm glad the committee got back to me.
Oh, God.
Okay, watch this space then.
All right.
There's going to be a rematch.
Papa Chuppa's got a real filthy mouth.
Yeah, he really does. It's quite the committee, isn't it?
We represent the lollipop kill.
Oh,
The
God.
lollipop kill.
This isn't over, Odie.
Okay.
Watch this space. There will be a rematch.
All right.
Tomorrow on the show, Tom Duday is going to join us. Very important for the Crows to hopefully bounce back. Also, Fitzy. And we're just going to sit back, catch up with Fitzy each and every Friday, and I just sort of half levitate.
Yeah,
It's like
you
he's
do.
talking to my soul.
Yeah.
Know what I mean?
You're a big Fitzy fan, aren't you?
Yeah, real big Fitzy fan.
Battle of the Bangers returns. The score sits at 3-2 at the moment. You believe you're launching a comeback. Don't know about that.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Well, tomorrow's is going to blow your socks off.
Okay. Definitely stick around for that. Speaking of bangers, off the back of Tina Turner and unfortunately her passing, what it did make us realise that, gosh, she's left us with some unbelievably timeless classics.
Yes, she
So we put it out there. Text line as well, very busy, 0400 919 919. Some of those songs that just make you go, oh my gosh, that was a banger back in the day.
Get involved with it.
A couple of texts. This one from Alyssa in Aberfoyle Park. She said, September, Earth, Wind and Fire always makes me want to dance. Yeah.
takes me back to my
There we go.
year 12 formal.
Right.
Yeah, we all went back to Peter Bottomley's house
Yep.
and hit the lounge room dance floor.
Back to pistols.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might have drunk myself a 375ml Tawley of Strongbow Sweet.
Of course you did. Strongbow was the absolute
Right.
potion back there, wasn't it? I bet you were wearing some kind of frilly armed dress.
What?
Oh, I can just imagine one of those big frilly arms that come off the side, you know?
Oh my God, that's the 80s, mate. I wasn't in year 12 in the 80s. Are you joking?
I'm sorry.
Oh, this was like...
Got my dates mixed up.
This was in the 90s where we used to go out and wear absolutely nothing on the Gold Coast.
Oh, of course
Like
you did.
tiny little tops, tiny little skirts, and we'd be like, oh, do I look a bit tarty? And all the other girls would go, no, babe,
No, you look fine.
you look awesome.
Can't see the underside of your gluteus maximus. Unbelievable stuff. Hey, this text as well from Louise in Granith. She said summer of 69.
Oh, yeah.
Good. Good tune. Good way to finish too. We'll catch you tomorrow.
You know what I always like to sing? Jimmy quit, Jody got married twice. Let's just click with Zoe.
Have a good Thursday.
Jesus.
Adelaide's Jodie and Hayesy.